they really have been trying to make Penta into this incredible legend that the broadcasters are talking about and all that. I think Penta is going to win it with a big battle with Signor Americano at the end.
All right, let's talk about Money in the Bank. We have the men's and the women's. Now, first of all, we'll start with the women. I want to get your thoughts on how you think this may play out or who you think may win. In the women's Money in the Bank, it is Naomi versus Stephanie Valkyrie versus Julia versus Rhea Ripley versus Roxanne Perez versus Alexa Bliss. Bill, what do you think is going to happen here?
Alexa Bliss. They're going to bring her back in a big way. The fans want her back in a big way, and she's not with the Wyatt Six at this point. Although I understand the Wyatt Six has lost their what's her name? You know who I'm talking about.
I can't remember her real name.
The girl in the
white dress.
Yes, so that's why they're losing her, unfortunately.
Yeah, because she wasn't renewed either. So there's another character from the Wyatt Six already disappeared.
Yes, so and I'm sure people are going to say, "Oh, they can't remember." But anyway, I think Alexa Bliss is going to surprise everybody and win that. And there's great competitors in that.
Yeah, because I mean, you got Rhea Ripley in there. We're talking about, and
but Rhea's
also
established. She doesn't have to go over in Money in the Bank. You got to put someone over that people don't think is going to go over, in my opinion, and I think that's Alexa Bliss.
Teddy, what do you think?
I'm going with Rhea Ripley.
You're going with Rhea. There's part of me that it's one of the two, and I agree with both of you. It's going to be Alexa Bliss or Rhea Ripley. And that's the two names to me that stick out that would make sense to forward into another storyline. The only pullback for me on Rhea Ripley is Roxanne Perez could be a great opponent for her. And you can see them pairing up and doing something else after this match. I'm trying to think who belongs together when this match is over with in feuds. You know what I mean? Because after this is over with, you might be able to split this off and, on this person against this person and that person against that person. And the one that seems kind of left out there that doesn't feel right with anybody is Alexa Bliss. So if I really had to choose, I'd say Alexa Bliss, but there's a part of me saying Rhea Ripley is also just right there too.
Stephanie Valkyrie also is getting a lot of push at this point. So, but I'm going to stand with Alexa Bliss.
All right, here's the men's Money in the Bank. Solo Sikoa versus LA Knight versus Penta versus Seth Rollins versus Andrade versus El Grande Americano. All right, Bill.
Okay, well, are we going to see El Grande? I think the end of it's going to be El Grande Americano and Penta up at the top of the ladder. And they really have been trying to make Penta into this incredible legend that the broadcasters are talking about and all that. I think Penta is going to win it with a big battle with Signor Americano at the end.
Teddy, what do you think?
I have no comment. A lot of these guys here are like brand new, and I have really had a chance to keep up with them. So I'd rather not say something wrong, and be wrong. So I have no comment.
Rollins.
What's
Teddy?
that again?
Not Seth freaking Rollins.
No, I wouldn't go with him. It would be somebody else.
I would go with, and you had mentioned that you thought Penta would be the person, Bill. I'd go with El Grande Americano, and I'll tell you why. I think the story would be, this story is kind of funny. It's Chad Gable under the mask pretending to be a luchador.
It is?
But it is, well, at least that's what I've heard. But for me, that's a story you can keep going with. You can take everybody else in this matchup and do something else with them. It doesn't matter. But El Grande Americano, to see him win, I think would be unexpected and at the same time, interesting to see what happens next.
Would people think it's too much shtick?
I don't know. We talked about R-Truth when we started the show, and a lot of his gimmick is shtick. And it works. People love it when it's done right. You can't just go out there and try to be funny and expect them to laugh at you. But if you can genuinely go out there and make those fans laugh and feel for you, man, you've got something. And that's, again, we go back to the start of the show. R-Truth, ashamed to see him gone from WWE. But just is what it is.